If there's one thing anyone should know about me, it's that I love Halloween, and by proxy, I love horror movies. So you can bet as soon as I heard about Terrifier 3 and that it was causing people to vomit and walk out in the opening scene, I became instantly intrigued. So I went to see it with my friends, and it was a movie. Did I have a fantastic time? Yes. Was I grossed out a little? Kind of. But the gore is so over the top and in your face, it's more funny if anything. Especially with Art the Clown's hilarious expressions as he just rips someone up. So after watching that movie, I naturally got curious about Terrifiers 1 and 2. So as one does, I watched the kill counts and then watched the actual movies. And I gotta say, it is very obvious that these movies are just made for shock value and not much else. But I'd be lying if I said they weren't a good time. It's just cool to think that Art the Clown has become so mainstream. I mean, Spirit Halloween and Party City gave him an animatronic this year. He's in Call of Duty this Halloween. This year really has been the year of Art the Clown. And I mean, how often do you see a horror character breaking the mold and becoming another icon like Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers, or Ghostface? But that's not exactly what I'm here to talk about today. One of the previews that we saw before Terrifier 3 was for a movie called Screamboat, and boy howdy, that looks like a pile of shit. So today I thought I'd round up a list of some wacky horror movies that are based entirely on characters that are cutesy, family-friendly, but just happen to be in the public domain. So strap in. It's gonna get wild. Before I start, I should probably explain the criteria of what I'm looking at. The public domain is this weird limbo of IP that no longer have copyright law attached to them. That can range from characters, to titles, to books, to songs, you name it. And so if we first look at Screamboat, the movie I mentioned before, that main villain character, Steamboat Willie, has its name taken directly from the 1928 Walt Disney short film, Steamboat Willie, which was the first appearance of Mickey Mouse, is what I would say if I was a fucking idiot and didn't count Plain Crazy. One thing you'll notice right away from the trailers is that it seems the directors dumped all their budget into cinematography and lighting, and definitely not actors and scriptwriters. Because this old dude's line read from the trailer is about as generic and cheesy as it gets.
I heard stories about a monster that lurked in the underbelly of the ferry after 90 years. He's actually out in the public.
And in a day and age where movie tickets cost a mortgage, I don't think I'll be seeing this one. The one thing that I thought was of note from the trailer, though, is that it says from the producers of Terrifier 2 and The Mean One, which is another movie on this list. Next up, keeping up with the Mickey Mouse shtick, Mickey's Mousetrap. I mean, The Mousetrap. Because, you know, better safe than sorry. Sitting at a solid irrelevant on Rotten Tomatoes. Once again, there's not much to say about it. You can tell this was just made to cash in on Mickey Mouse being in the public domain. Reading through the countless reviews of how bad the writing and acting is honestly just the funniest thing. As if anyone expected this movie to be good in the first place. It's like when the Minecraft movie was announced and it was said to be in live action, and everyone hated on the trailer when that came out for how crappy it looked. Like, did you expect it to look good for a live-action Minecraft movie? Same with the FNAF movie. Like, I get people had high expectations for that, but the lore for that game is so in-depth, you really think they're gonna cover it in one crappy Blumhouse movie? No. Which is exactly why they're making another one. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Anyway, next up is The Mean One. Now, going into this one, my expectations were still on the floor, but I somehow managed to be disappointed. I don't know how I have it in me to keep going through these terrible movies for the sake of your enjoyment. I don't remember a single thing about this movie aside from the fact that they never once said The Grinch. But apparently this movie doesn't even count because Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas is not even in the public domain. So how the hell was this movie even made? Am I going insane? Am I gonna go to jail for watching this movie? Someone give me some answers. Oh well. Moving on from that piece of shit, we have this piece of shit, which is Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 1 and 2. Because apparently they made a sequel. And I mean, can you blame them? These movies make a lot of money off of a budget of a piece of string and a couple quarters and maybe a button in there. I swear they just get the most random people off the side of the street and say, hey, you want to act in this low-budget shitty horror movie that's based on a children's property? It's not going to be good, but how can you pass up the novelty of a grown-ass man in a Winnie the Pooh costume killing people? And apparently the creators of these two movies are going to be making their own cinematic universe of these fuckers, comprised of Bambi the Reckoning, Pinocchio Unstrung, Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare, and then at the end their own Avengers-style team-up. This whole idea I can only describe as proof that there is no God. I watched the first Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey in theaters with my friends because I thought it was gonna be so bad that it was funny. It was so bad that it was bad. And again, it's not too offensive on the eyes, like, it's kind of nice to look at. They have this bit in the opening that's like this kind of scrapbook chicken scratch animation, it's kind of cool, I guess, but the rest is just not good. Once again, it's obvious the only reason these movies are being made is for the shock value and because they're cheap. So cheap that they cost practically nothing to make and attract idiots to the theaters to see them. And as long as said fucking idiots go to see these movies and give them money, we're gonna keep seeing more of these things, so please, in the words of Max Mofo, stop! Hey guys, thanks for watching. I hope you like this style of video, you know, where I just ramble on for a bit, hopefully in an entertaining and possibly informative kind of way. I haven't made a video in a while because college has just been kind of a nightmare, but long story short, I'm not in the program I want to be, so I'm going to be transferring, and yeah, I'll figure it out. But hope you guys like this format of video, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.